And yeah, I'll leave it up here if people want to look at it.
Dr. Ruden, could I ask you just to go back to your flip chart?
Say this again.
Could you just come back to the flip chart drawing for
Which one?
1 second? This one right here.
Okay.
And as you explained that process, you said you wanted to leave the activated receptor in place because.
We're going to show you.
Okay.
So, just quickly, let's see. What happens, stimulus comes in, AMPAR receptor internalized, lateral nucleus in the lateral nucleus of the amygdala, the emotional, somatosensory, autonomic, cognitive things gone. How does this work? Deep attention. Here it is, boys and girls. This is what took 8 friggin' years to figure out.
A good investment of your time.
Activation of post-synaptic neuron by recall. Got that?
Yes.
Low frequency waves opens calcium channels in activated neurons.
Delta.
The delta wave, along with GABA, which is produced by the presence of serotonin, which is produced by the presence of light touch. This activates calcineurin, which is an enzyme for which the AMPAR receptor is the critical substrate. Parts of the AMPAR receptor are dephosphorylated. It causes a depotentiation or an internalization of the AMPAR receptor. Removal from the surface and thus no longer able to transmit receptor is depotentiated. Calcineurin inhibitors, by the way, when they tested this, blocks this effect. And time courses in minutes consistent with that resonance. So what happens is, during this process, the delta wave, or GABA, caused by the serotonin goes like this. You're gone. Causes the AMPAR receptor to depotentiate and internalize, causing the transmission of this event to be blocked, to become then a declarative memory with no ability to stimulate a physiological response. Does everybody get that?
Can I give you a metaphor as an artist for this? Okay, so I have this brush, okay, and it has these really sharp bristles, but there are these little plastic points on them that prevent it from scratching my scalp. So it's sort of like if I don't have those, it's going to make me bleed. But if I have them, it's going to brush my hair. So it's useful and declarative rather than painful and inducing suffering. So I just thought of that, like looking at this, because those are those little amperes, like going like this, and they wake up. When you get re-trauma, when you think of the memory, they wake up. But if now they're all blocked, they can't wake up. They can't transmit. They're blocked.
Right. Well, they're not there.
Yeah.
They're gone.
It's really weird that you just said that because I just leaned over to Mary Jo and I was like, I just feel like blocked right now. Like
you feel like what?
Blocked. Like I feel I'm
I think you're sitting there trying to recall the memory.
To test this out, So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can actually like try and remember something. And it's like there's two pieces of me, the mind and then my brain right now. My mind is trying to go there, but my brain is not allowing it to do so. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Are you okay with that?
Kate's trying to figure this out.
Yeah,
believe me, the post-treatment sequence of these things is people go,
That's exactly what I was just like.
Okay.
And I'm wondering, okay, how long is this gonna last? Like,
it's gone forever. It's gone forever.
She's got a journal for us.
This picture, I'm thinking about
this
neurofeedback people are always talking about attractors. That are attracting energy and then breaking up those attractors.
Neurofeedback works on the cortical level. My view of the way all of this works is that the cortical level is the affect of the effect of the limbic system. So that's why it takes so much longer, because you have to have learning in biofeedback, which requires protein synthesis, which takes a period of time. That's why sometimes your treatments are more elongated than something like this.
Well, I'm thinking about just that what neurofeedback does is provoke a challenge to the system.
Unless the emotional component of the issue is activated. It's too generalized, just like massage therapy or yoga or biofeedback or Reiki, unless you are actually dealing with the specific phosphorylated, intercalated neuron in the amygdala, there's no effect because it doesn't depotentiate.
Does the amygdala ever thank you?
Yeah, it helps you be healthier and helps you live a more normal, healthy life. It really does thank you because it down-regulates your stress axis, improves your immune system, it prevents vigilant behavior, it helps you be normal in relationships, it reduces somatic pain. I mean, we cure people with chronic pain for 50 years in minutes because it's centrally mediated. A lot of pain is centrally mediated. You know, you take all these car accident people who have back pain, you cure them in minutes. I had a guy, just a quick story, dear friend of mine, comes to my house for dinner one night, he's like this. And we're having dinner, he's eating like this. I go, what the frick is going on with you? And he says, I've been to 5 doctors, I can't move my arms. I go, really? He's honest. I go, really? I said, how would you like me to make it go away after dinner? Because I want to watch you eat like that. Not that I was being cruel or anything, but he said, sure. But I just happened to know a little bit of information about this because I'm his friend. And he was engaged in a car accident. And what happened was, because of the 4 events, event, meaning, landscape, inescapability, he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder. And what happened during the car event, he gripped the steering wheel so hard, he blew out all the lactic acid in his arms. And that was co-encoded at the time of the traumatization as a somatosensory aspect of it. Got it? Good. So I bring him into my living room, and since I said, do you remember the car accident? He says, yeah, man, I remember that car accident. I said, well, why don't you bring it up, and we'll see if we can make your arms move. Whoop, 5 minutes later, whoop, whoop. Because he was suffering from post-traumatic stress disorder that was exhibited as it was at the time of the encoding. His blew out, and that's why he couldn't move his arms. Amazing, right? Can I make this stuff up? Can you make this stuff up? I'm not going to get into hypnosis. I'm a hypnotherapist, but I'm not going to get into it.
We're 45 minutes off our schedule, so.
Okay.
And people may need a little break, and we're.
Well, I'll have it this. Let's give them a 5-minute break, and then I'm going to haven everybody in this room.
How long will your self-havening?
Let me see how many more slides I have. Everybody on this. Oh, this is the last slide. And then we can do, you'll take a break and everybody come back and I'll haven
And
everybody.
how long will that take?
5 minutes.
5 minutes. Because what we'll do is we'll we'll decrease our panel time if that's okay, because people stayed here to be on this panel also.
Look, we started late.
We did.
Okay, so here's what.
Why don't we tape it first?
Yeah, let's do the havening exercise.
Fine. Perfect. So here we are. Cortex, the context. Remember what that was? Cortex, complex content, goes into the recalled event from working memory. The hippocampus remembers it. It goes into the basolateral complex of the amygdala. Havening acts here. Amygdala is deactivated, and the pathway is depotentiated, and that's how it all works. Does anyone have? I'm done, by the way. Does anyone have any questions? Is this mind blowing?
In my view, there is a missing link. The delta wave creates this depotentiation, yes? But then the touching is the one that is producing the delta wave?
Yes. And also GABA. GABA immunotherapy.
But it's the touching.
Yes, GABA because of the increase in serotonin, which produces GABA. And the eye movement also creates delta waves. 1 to 2 hertz delta.
The touching and the eyes movement and creating the delta wave and
Yes.
GABA.
Yes.
And with that, you create the depotentiation.
You create a depotentiation through calciurin, which depotentiates the AMPA receptor.
Now, why the touch over here and over here?
Well, because I showed you that the delta wave production touching those places is 90 times off baseline. It's the highest areas that you can touch.
By the way, every traumatic event goes to the amygdala,
Every.
bypassing the hippocampus.
Well, again, all these things are coordinated. The hippocampus in traumatic memories, PTSD, for example, the underlying neural landscape is so disturbed, the retrieval and the storage is so distorted. That's why you have flashbacks. That's why you have numbing. That's why you have night terrors. That's why all those things, which I could explain, which is in the book, so we can readily treat PTSD, just like we did here.
Yeah, let's do it, so that you could be part of the questioning in a little bit, but
Okay.
maybe we could
So,
get through this.
everybody, you all got this?
Yes.
Okay. Everybody just get themselves comfortable in a chair, put the books down, uncross your legs. Now, well, you know, and you don't have to write the numbers, but what I'll do is at the end of the process, I'll ask anyone if anyone's gone from, and what's nice about this process